It's race week in Formula One, which means it is time for the bullet. Good bullet points to know ahead of a race weekend, Miami edition. I'm here in hot and humid Miami for the first of the three American races at the Miami International Autodrome, which has 19 turns, 3 DRS zones, and a length of 5.412 kilometers. And it's a sprint weekend, so the Saturday race will be run to 19 laps and Sundays to 57. Pirelli have elected to go one step softer in their tire selection for the C3s through C5s, and historically, this race has been a one-stopper. F1 Academy is also racing this weekend, so make sure you tune in for those races as well. The track is set up in the parking lot of the Hard Rock Stadium, and because of its temporary nature, you're looking at there being high track evolution. As rubber gets laid down throughout the weekend, grip is going to increase and lap times are going to go down. Since it's a parking lot, it's also relatively flat. The only real elevation change comes in at the chicane turns 14 through 15. This track also has a high drag sensitivity, so teams are going to be looking for that with their setup. And drivers are going to have to be very conscious to not overheat their tires because it's Miami, it's hot, and the tires get pretty heavily loaded through sectors 1 and 2. Overtaking at this track is difficult but not impossible thanks to the previously mentioned 3 DRS zones. Those overtakes will be happening at turns 1, 11, and 17. Towards turn 17 is also a great place to keep an eye on because that's where you're going to be seeing some incredible top speeds, top 5 on the calendar. Another place to keep an eye on is going to be the section 13 through 16. Because of its tight technical nature, it's a place that can force a lot of driver errors. As far as the forecast goes, it does look like it's going to be a little bit cooler than it has been in previous years, but the big thing to keep an eye on is going to be the cloud cover when it rolls in, when it rolls out. If we're looking at an overcast Sunday, it's going to be a lot easier for drivers to manage their tire temperature. And big thing to note is currently it looks like the cloud cover on Saturday is going to roll out before the start of the sprint race, so those tires are going to be getting a bit more heat than if there was cloud cover. Finally, here are 3 stories to keep an eye on this weekend. First up, Netflix is releasing a documentary called The Seat about Kimi Antonelli's ascension into Formula One in partnership with What's Up, and that's going to be coming out on May 5th, but I expect a lot of promo and discussions about it this weekend. Secondly, it's looking like we could be getting an update on the swearing ban, which would be absolutely welcome, but I do fully expect drivers, once that ban is lifted, to go a little bit crazy with it, quite frankly. And finally, on Saturday of this weekend, Cadillac is going to be unveiling their Formula One colors, so keep an eye out for that because it's going to be a very big, very fun reveal. And there you have it, some good bullet points to know ahead of a race weekend. I am in Miami for the race, so expect a whole bunch of good, fun content from me, and keep an eye out on all platforms for that. Let's have a fabulous race weekend.